All right, I think we can go ahead and get started. We have a good group here today. So welcome everyone to the E&T All-Staff Virtual Meeting for Fall Quarter 2021. We last met in the summer, so there's a lot to catch up on right now. So today, going to just remind you all about the question and answer portion. If you do have questions, you can submit them through the Q&A function in Zoom. So use the Q&A thing at the bottom of your screen and submit it through there instead of in the chat. And then if you see someone already asked a question that you wanted to answer, you can just upvote that. Just a reminder, stay up to date, visit our intranet site. We've been uploading photos from recent employee events this quarter, news, campus news, and all sorts of things to our intranet. So don't forget to visit that. And then as always, our operational updates are on our website and the COVID-19 campus updates are on the COVID-19 UCLA website. So for today's agenda, first, we're going to hear from our interim executive director, Lisa Kribling, with E&T updates. Then we will get into fall quarter accomplishments and updates from each of our units. So we'll have Diego from CNPS, Marcos from Fleet and Transit, Devron from FSA, Gina from Central Admin, Jennifer from IMC, Marcos from MPTS, and then Bill with the events office. And then after that, we will have the Q&A session. So next up, I will turn it over to Lisa for her organizational updates.
Thank you, Lauren. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate everybody's attention and we'll get started, I hope. Yeah. I apologize, but my screen is not changing pages because that's what happens. So I'm going to talk while I make my screen work again. Anyway, first of all, I did want to thank everyone for everything you do every day. As we start in on the holiday season, I think this is a good time for us to take a look at everything we've accomplished and really appreciate what everybody brings to the table. I know this past however many millions of years it's been since COVID struck has been personally and professionally challenging in many different ways for all of us, but I do appreciate everything everybody does. I also want to just remind everybody that open enrollment ends this Friday and all of the changes that you make will be effective January 1. So that is my ad for today. I am happy to say that we are bringing back the holiday fiesta this year. This year's party will be on Wednesday, December 15th from 11:30 to 2:30. And it is going to be free to everyone this year. So more to come, but you will get a chance to RSVP and let us know you're coming. We're bringing back the chili cook-off, the dessert contest, the festive sweater contest, and everything you know and love about the holiday fiesta. So more to come on that. Also, just a reminder, the winter break is from Saturday, December 18th through Sunday, January 2nd. And I want to particularly thank all the essential staff who will work through the closure to support UCLA Health and our basketball team. And if you have any questions about your use of vacation, please talk to your supervisor. We are also kicking off a holiday toy drive honoring Gordon Anderson. For those of you who don't know this, Gordon used to always do big, giant donations to the holiday toy drive that facilities management ran every year. And although that toy drive doesn't happen anymore, we are going to have our own toy drive starting now and going through December 15th. So bring new unwrapped toys and sporting equipment to E&T, and we will make sure they get to children whose holiday would be a little less bright without your donations. Campus happenings, just a couple of things. There is free admission to many UCLA sports, including the women's volleyball game this Friday versus Arizona State. And it's always free if you want to go to cross country, diving, golf, rowing, beach volleyball, swimming, tennis, or water polo. Also through the Fitwell program, UCLA Recreation offers classes both in person and virtual that do not require rec membership. So please see their website, UCLA recreation.ucla.edu for more information. And my last thing is we're going to start using this staff meeting to introduce everyone to our new employees. So first of all, we want to welcome to Events and Transportation, Jamie Garnett. She's a new Bruin Bus Transit operator. Marie Tanner, who is also a new Bruin Bus Transit operator. We're welcoming back Celia Chung, who used to work for Technical Project Management and is now on the Commuter and Parking Services team as a data scientist. We're also welcoming Ashley Crow as an events manager in the events office. Mitch Van Goba, again, a welcome back, an events manager in the events office. Monica Siasoko is an event manager in the events office. Luis Delgado is a paratransit van operator who's with Fleet and Transit, who's currently helping Ash with COVID testing pickups. And we're also welcoming back Dan Federoff, who's a senior public events manager with the events office. That's all for me, and I'm handing it off to Diego De Haro.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. My name is Diego De Haro. I'm going to be providing you updates with the CRM team and giving you details on some of our accomplishments for this fall quarter. I'll start off with our Flex workspace. So for the past 18 months, the CRM team has been working 100% remotely as a response to COVID-19. But on September 7th, we all returned back to the office in a flex work schedule. So a hybrid between in-office and telework. And so our team was one of the first teams to occupy the flex work area. It's an area where any unit from E&T can use, which is filled with multiple individual working stations. Since our return, we've also reopened our information kiosk on Westwood Boulevard, welcoming campus visitors and providing general parking information. This has been possible with the help of a dedicated student body, which we are continuing to expand. Similar to our return, many other campuses are also returning in a hybrid schedule, and they're taking advantage of the staff and faculty discounted daily parking. As you can see here, our daily permit transactions have increased significantly compared to previous years. Last month in October, there were just over 27,000 permits sold. In 2020, just under 13,000, and in 2019, just under 8,000. So in short, daily parking has been very popular and very successful as departments are coming back to campus. Another major accomplishment is special event parking at UCLA. So thanks to T2 event module, it has allowed us to be able to sell parking online in advance without having the need to create a guest account. We actually partner up with UCLA Athletics and UCLA Royce Hall, as well as Bruin Family Weekend to test out this new service. In fact, our largest transaction count has been from UCLA men's basketball this past Friday versus Villanova, which we sold a total of 474 permits online. So this is a huge success, and we are in the process of launching this campus-wide. A new development that we also worked on is a new commute coordinator newsletter, which is sent out on a quarterly basis for over 200 commute coordinators across campus, maintaining consistent communication with commute coordinators, providing them with any transportation updates or any new information. And since our launch, we've actually received very positive feedback, as you can see here. Lastly, we have to say that our biggest accomplishment has to be the team that we've become. So the CRM team was composed of many different areas with E&T, permit programs, space management, special events, and brewing commuter programs, all with different working cultures. But our goal from day one was to bring our whole self to work and to be open to differences and disagreements, but coming out with a unified consensus. We've all been working in a completely new environment, but our focus has been and continues to be our customer service. That's all. Thank you. And I will pass this on to Marcos Magallanes.
Thank you, Diego. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marcos, and I will be providing you with updates from both Fleet and Transit. In regards to Bruin Bus, we are currently operating a limited service. The U1 Weyburn every 30 minutes, the U2 Wilshire every 15 minutes, the U4 University Apartments as scheduled, the U5 Safe Ride Loop in the evening from 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Bruin Access has continued to operate since the beginning of the quarter, and we are now pleased to announce that we have begun safe ride service in the evening from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Thursday. Bruin Access riders are vetted through both Center for Accessible Education and Insurance and Risk Management for all disabled UCLA students, faculty, and staff. Safe Ride is open to all UCLA students, faculty, and staff to request a ride. All ride requests must be made through our new on-demand app, TripShot. A link to TripShot has been provided on our UCLA Transportation website under both the Safe Ride and Bruin Access tabs. Just wanted to share that we are still looking to hire more drivers, as you can see, in many different roles. This will allow us to eventually provide a full range of service for our UCLA community. Also wanted to point out, we will soon open the position for the 75% Bruin bus operator and the transit general manager. So please cascade this information to all friends and family who may be interested in these positions. In regards to Fleet and Transit are currently enrolled in the Bureau of Automotive Repair Continuous Testing Pilot Program. This program is in conjunction with our GPS vendor, Geotab. The program allows the GPS units to smog the vehicles while operating and then sends the smog data to the Bureau of Automotive Repair when the vehicle is due for its smog test. This process eliminates late smog inspections and allows technicians to focus on other significant repairs and duties. This goal helps streamline our repair processes, eliminates extra equipment, and automates a large volume of smog checks that are physically due each and every year. We are in the process of setting up customized telematic dashboards based on each department's operational needs, with reports that cover safety issues such as seatbelt violations, hard acceleration, or collisions. The dashboard can also track how telematics encourages improved driving behaviors that lead to financial savings, such as reduced fuel and maintenance spending. In regards to Bruin Car, on November 2nd, Fleet and Transit teams, including Bruin Car, procurement, maintenance, and driver safety and compliance, presented the Masters of Motor Pool 90-day presentation. The Masters of Motor Pool Lean project represents a shift in vehicles are assigned to departments. It focuses on vehicle sharing so that UCLA can increase vehicle utilization while decreasing the fleet size. This means increased savings to departments and the campus overall, as well as helping us fast track our sustainability goals. The Lean team's next steps are to develop a motor pool pilot with UCLA Recreation, work with departments that are good candidates to join motor pool, and launch a continuous customer survey to keep a high level of customer satisfaction. I would like to take this time to recognize our team and acknowledge our hard work, and to thank our drivers and mechanics who have come into work each and every day during the pandemic to keep UCLA moving. Without their hard work and dedication, none of this could be possible. Thank you, and now I turn it over to Devron.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Devron Carter, and I will be giving you the updates for the finance system and assets teams. So we'll get started on that. We'll start with our finance team. And they have two new processes that they've implemented. And the first one is the variance report. And that is a requirement that each unit manager review all encumbrances prior to accruing them. The first deadline for that was yesterday, so I know many of the unit managers are working on that to get that done. The next one is a new process in contacting accounts payable team. Instead of going to individuals, the accounts team has developed a accounts payable email. And this will enhance the customer experience and providing additional support and resource to help resolve issues regarding purchase orders and or invoice payments. So instead of going to a lot of us go directly to Pam, this will be a new process where we'll email the general accounts payable email. Now let's move into our systems updates. Our technology project management group has been working or has completed a 90-day lean project for moving Fleet Anywhere onto a hosted environment. Although this migration is scheduled to occur in April 2022, there are a multitude of projects that need to occur prior to this actually being implemented. Next thing that they have been working on and has rolled out is the IT service request intake form, which can be found on the E&T internet under the information technology section. So make sure that you're using this intake form when you're needing services or project management or technology management from the IT, but this is for the entire IT team. So whatever your needs are, please complete this intake form. Lastly, the technology project management group has also been working on some project management work for stabilizing projects for the transit portal, the AQMD yearly survey, and also flex performance. Now we'll go to our applications and development systems team. As many of you know that as we come back into campus, our environment has changed, and as such, a lot of us are now using laptops. A lot of different units in the department put in requests for the new Dell laptops, and the IT team has been imaging those and dispersing them to the different units. They also have, with the remodel of the flex work area, they have also been able to install new IT equipment to help with the Wi-Fi and other types of applications that you would need to be using in that area. Also with the this team, they are also implementing the VPN multi-factor authentication. We know that there's a heightened awareness of security, especially data security. So this is just one of the things that we want to all be aware of and make sure that we're following the protocols when signing into different systems and platforms. And now as I move on to our assets team. So we had our first major basketball game last Friday. It went very well. This is the first time that we've had the amount of attendees attending a sold out basketball game in over 2 years or close to 2 years. This was a very challenging thing as far as this being the first time doing such a big event like this, but we did this and we were very successful. We were able to get everyone into parking and on their way by 8:25. The sign or the photo that you see in this slide is of the attendees waiting to get into Poly Pavilion due to the vaccination protocol. So our next update is with boot release. Our parking enforcement and citation review adjudication teams have been working on, of course, moving all payment applications over to the central ticket office. And this is one of the last things that needs to be ironed out. So this is for anyone who gets booted because of delinquent payment for outstanding citations processed in order to pay for your boot release from that location. And then lastly, we have the tenant improvements that are going on, CRM and the transportation and administration area. We are scheduling new work to be done in both areas. They might not follow the natural order of things, but we'll try to get the work going as quickly as possible by reversing some of the actual steps that we do in order to get these areas up and running and get the tenants and stakeholders back into those areas. And finally, there's just a photo of all the teams that consist of the finance system and assets team. I will now turn this over to Gina.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull up our screen. Waiting for it to pull up. Okay. All right. Let me know if for some reason you can't see my screen, but hi everyone, I'm Gina. And so I'll be providing some of the updates and accomplishments from the central administration team over this past quarter. And so you guys can see our bright and shiny faces. Here we all are. Took this picture outside of Luskin, and I think the background's really nice. So this is your whole central administration team. And so first off, with our business process management team, so they had a number of different accomplishments, but two that were particularly big and that we wanted to share with you today are that the team consolidated the central services survey to reduce the number of surveys that were issued throughout the year. And so this improves efficiency as well as the response rate, because when you're surveyed less, you tend to respond a little bit more. And then they also led the project to migrate the remainder of E&T to the GoToConnect soft phones, so the ones that you use on your computer, which will ultimately save the department, once the project is complete, thousands of dollars in monthly phone charges. So that is awesome. Yay, go team. And so BPM did this in partnership with building management. That's awesome. For human resources, again, a number of different accomplishments and goals achieved, yet given the nature of HR, one that was easily digestible to share is that all of the applicable compliance training courses have been completed remotely and by the required due date for the entire department, which is no small feat considering that there are so many now given COVID protocols and rules, and so many folks are here and there and remotely, and it's just a lot that goes into that. So good job, team. All right. And then for training and organizational development, we have kind of three different buckets of things that have been accomplished. So I'll go over the first ones. It's training and workshops. So we have concluded a communications essentials for frontline staff members in the first quarter. We also provided both navigating change workshops and driving change workshops for the whole department. We started them in October, kind of give people some time to get settled in from coming back if you had been away for 18 months. And, these were helpful to kind of work through thoughts associated with change and how to relate to it and kind of make any change that people may be experiencing a little bit more palatable. So some tips and tricks there. In terms of organizational development, there were about 3 different lean teams going on. So in no particular order, the first one is the waste management lean team, and that's an intra-departmental one. So it's E&T along with other groups on campus, all of us coming together to try to support the zero waste initiative for the campus. And so TOD served as a coach for that process, helping team members accomplish their goals, right? The motor pool lean team for the fleet and transit unit concluded. They did an amazing job. All of the lean teams, I mean, I can't say enough good things about all of them. But next up will be the piloting for that, and TOD and BPM served the team as coaches to help support and things like that. Also during the first quarter, the COVID data response lean team concluded. And again, that was a joint effort with TOD and BPM serving as coaches for the team and the department, which had a campus effect as well. And then lastly, our third bucket here is some employee engagement stuff. And we love the employee engagement stuff, right? So we completed our Employee of the Year celebration back in September. It was lovely, and I hope everyone felt really honored. I'm sure that they did. It was a great celebration. The Student of the Month program is back. We're so excited about that. It's a really important one, and it's great to have it back now. And then we also did the employee welcome back barbecue. So we know not everyone was able to attend. It was on a Friday in September, but those that did attend, I think, had a really good time. And we have some pictures to prove it. So I'll share those with you now. So this one is some pictures of some of the goings on with the Employee of the Year event, which was held over at Luskin. So you can see some of the beautiful graphics and the meal that was had and how celebratory it was. Next up, we have some of the employee barbecue pictures. There's Michael Beck playing Jenga with some of our parking folks, and then tables of people having a great time. The food's always delicious, and we hope everyone had a good time. The weather was great that day, and it was really nice. And then just for kicks, even though it didn't happen in the first quarter, I figured in case we don't have the opportunity to share the picture from our Halloween party up at Strathmore. We know multiple parties happened across the department. I wanted to throw that one in here for you too, so you could see several of us in our get-ups. All right, and then next I'd like to share and just really call out and acknowledge among the whole department our Employee of the Month winners for the first quarter. So first up for the month of July, we have Ashley Salcedo with BCP, and we have Luis Martinez with the medical operation. So congratulations to you both. Thank you so much. For August, we have Marisol Aguilar from Fleet and Transit, and we have Aisha Brashard with Fleet and Transit. Thank you, ladies, for all that you do for the department and the campus. And then to close out, we have in the month of September, Judy Ponce and Robert Pantoja. Thank you to both of you for all that you do for everyone. You guys are all great, very, very deserving of Employee of the Month. So little round of applause for our wonderful staff members. Thank you again. And with that, I will go ahead and pass over the presentation to Jennifer with IMC.
Thanks, Gina. All right. Here we go. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jennifer Friedman. I'm with the Integrated Marketing and Communications team and oversee all of our communications efforts. So all of our website, email marketing, social media, blogs, those types of things, along with our internal communications. And I'm going to just give you a quick update on what our team has been up to help get campus back up on its feet in a full operational manner. So one big effort we've been on is the COVID signage, which I'm sure many of you who've been on campus have seen tons of different signs across campus. And our team played a pretty vital role, along with many in the department, on designing and deploying at least 5 or more different sign messages through 6 different channels. And it ended up being over 300 signs that ended up being deployed across campus. So kudos to everyone in the team. Just a few examples of some of the signage that our graphics team worked to help design. So some safety guidelines along with some event signage for posting outside, reminding individuals to wear their mask inside, and then also to complete their symptom monitoring survey. So that's for students and employees. Our team, along with many in the department, played a pretty critical role in designing and getting the COVID test vending machines across campus up and running, along with, there's a lot of hours spent on making sure that the signs and all of the directions on the vending machines were easy to read and understand for those using them. So great work to everyone. Another area that we've been kind of helping with in terms of getting the campus back up and running in a safe manner is scooter safety. So I'm sure you've seen those scooters ripping through campus and they're deployed all over. And we have a lot of new students and new employees who haven't been on campus in a long time. So a little bit of re-education is definitely needed. Our team worked to give the artwork a refresh to kind of just make it a little eye-catching. And so this is an example of one of the ads. I believe this week we had 10 gray base signs that were double-sided with new artwork deployed. We'll use that same artwork on daily Bruin kiosk, TV screens throughout campus, our website, some social media, as well as Bruin bus advertising. And just so you guys can take a look at the different artwork that was designed, I think it looks great. And my favorite is definitely the one with the bear. So hopefully you guys can see them around campus and that they're impactful for our new students and employees on campus. We're also been working really hard on making sure that all of you are up to date on everything that's going on. There's been a ton of information coming from the university, and we've been trying to make sure that we relay that in a timely manner to you guys. So we have been working on sending out the bulletins every Tuesday and Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. It includes all sorts of things like our employee events, reminders, as well as information on new protocols that the university is implementing. So make sure you check those out. And you can also find photos from past employee events on the intranet as well. With campus reopening, we were able to host our Sustainable Transportation Month, which was really awesome. And we were able to promote a lot of our sustainable transportation programs and services. And from that, we were able to get over 1,700 blog page views and over 1,300 pledges. So great work to everyone. We were able to accomplish this through a mix of social media. So you can see we use, Facebook here and on the screen, as well as email marketing. And we also reached out to our campus partners to have them help promote it as well. So Staff Assembly was one of those, and they shared it in their newsletter to campus. We were also finally able to kind of get out some boots on the ground and do some tabling outreach. And here we were at Luval Commons and the hospital, just giving information as well as sharing ways people can commute to campus. And then we were able to hold our transportation fair at Bruin Plaza, which was a huge success, and it was a great team effort. And I just want to show a quick video that our graphics team put together to recap the event. So as you can see, that was a really awesome event, and it was a true team effort. There was a ton of people that played a really critical role in, we're having some issues here, in making sure that that got off the ground and was a great, I think, really a good way to kind of end or kick off, I should say, Sustainable Transportation Month, since it happened in the first couple of weeks, and it required the events office as well as many from the transportation side as well. So thank you to everyone. And then I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the awards the department was able to win because of all the effort that everyone put in over the last, 12 to 24 months. So again, we were named Best Workplace for Commuters. NAFA recognized our fleet and transit team with the Fleet Management Association. So they're actually the #1 ranked fleet ops in the nation, as well as, and then they ranked 52 overall. So kudos to them and their team. And they were also ranked number 30 in the Green Fleet Award category. So great work. ACT, or the Association for Commuter Transportation, named our Brew and Grab Pass as one of the best commuting options for public transit. And IPMI named us Organization of the Year. So as you can see, a lot of different recognition across the board for all sorts of efforts. And that's really goes to show how everyone, no matter what the situation was, adapted and really helped gain a lot of recognition for the department. We also had some individual awards that I want to name. So Samson and Jennifer were named California Public Parking Association Everyday Heroes for their efforts during the pandemic. And Lauren and Chris were given IPMI professional awards. Lauren in Excellence in Marketing and Chris in Leader of the Year award. So congratulations to everyone and great work, and keep up the good work as we kind of end 2021 and enter 2022. And thank you from our crazy IMC family to yours. And I'm going to hand it over to Marcos.
Thank you, Jennifer, and good morning, everyone. My name is Marcos Fuentes, the other Marcos. I'm a senior transportation planner, and I will, with MPTS, and I will be providing you with mobility planning and traffic systems updates for this quarter. So, construction project for Metro's D line, or formerly known as the Purple Line, continue to move full steam ahead at Lot 36, with lane reductions and sidewalk closures taking place along Wilshire Boulevard between Veteran and Glendon. And these activities are part of the project's piling stage 1 going through January 22nd. Stage 2 of this piling phase is scheduled to begin in February of next year and run through May of 2022. On the plus side, the adjacent curb sidewalk to Lot 36 will be reopened. However, expect further lane reductions. On to active transportation news. We recently added 250 Lyft e-bikes to the micromobility contract for this full quarter, and they are now here and available on campus. On a similar note, Metro bike share hubs are coming to campus to the Luskin Conference Center and behind Perloff by Laval Commons, with 2 additional hubs in the Westwood Village. So stay tuned for more updates on that. As part of our advocacy work to improve active transportation mobility in and around the UCLA campus, we recently concluded a bike lane study of the Westwood Village with the goal of assessing adding bike lanes to village roadways and facilitate safe travel for bicyclists. Gailey Avenue in Westwood, where the roadway study where it appeared possible to add bicycle lanes without significant impacts to vehicle traffic. As seen on this slide, the study concluded with conceptual designs of bike lane routes along Westwood Boulevard and other village roadways. MPTS will continue to work with city and metro officials to find opportunities to implement the study's findings. Last month, our team also concluded collecting data for the annually published Cordon Count report, which consists of analyzing the average number of daily trips to and from the UCLA campus. Although both the COVID-19 closure and higher number of employees working remotely have reduced overall vehicle traffic until now, Traffic figures are on the rebound as more of us return to the office, with traffic volume figures currently at around 64% of pre-pandemic times. This year's average daily trip will be revealed during the upcoming holidays party, so stay tuned for more details. Switching to capital project updates, construction work was recently completed for the curb extension at the crosswalk connecting the geology building to the parking structure on the east side of campus. And the purpose of this project was to improve pedestrian visibility while waiting to cross the street, enhance vehicular compliance with stop signs, and significantly reduce crossing distance. Next up in the queue, we are working with DPM to build a traffic circle at the intersection of Bellagio and Krieger, where all is well to known that there's neglection of stop signs for vehicles traveling north to south. The project will see a small traffic circle at the intersection, as well as extension of the sidewalk along Lot 11. We're also working to enhance the intersection of Royce and Sycamore Court by adding an ADA curb ramp, along with realigning the lanes for better vehicular traffic movement and pedestrian safety. And last but not least, our tiny but hardworking team accomplished much this year. Some of our main achievements include writing the department's electric vehicle readiness plan, slated to be published later this year, and it is set to set the groundwork for ensuring that the university is in a position to meet the future needs and demands of commuters and demand fleet vehicles transitioning to EVs. Furthermore, this year, our team carried out significant advocacy work by meeting with the CEO of Metro, several Metro board members, presenting to various council members and neighborhood councils with the goal of adding bike lanes to roadway near campus, as I mentioned earlier, and also raising awareness and support for the Sepulveda Transit Corridor line that would bring a subway station to the UCLA campus. And that concludes the updates for MPTS, and I'll pass it along to Bill Sweeney.
Thank you, Marcos. All right. My name is Bill Sweeney, and I'm going to be presenting for the events office. So the events office, with the beginning of fall quarter, is jumped right back into live events. If we look at our kind of event and activity data of events that we've managed just in September and October, we're closing in on the total we had pre-COVID. In 2019, we managed just over 140 events. And this year, we're just over 100, which is quite a jump from last year when we were, when things were still shut down, but we still had kind of a handful of little activities here and there. But we have been managing multiple large-scale departmental, student, and external events, also while trying to accommodate a record high number of student groups with their needs for meeting rooms, which we schedule the general assignment classrooms for. I'm just going to go through a sampling of some of the events that we have been working on lately. One activity that we host or that we contract with the events office is when companies want to come to campus to market towards students. Such an activity happened on October 12th when the hair product company GHD did a breast cancer awareness activation where students and campus community members could also get a little bit of a hairstyling. This happened in Wilson Plaza, and it was managed by our newer event manager, Ashley Crow. Another activity that we manage is when private parties in the area need to use UCLA parking for guest parking and transportation to their off-campus events. We work obviously very closely with parking services on this. Such an event happened on October 30th in parking structure 3 when the production company Trask House needed to park all of their attendees and shuttle them in private buses to and from the event. Our manager, Monica Siasoko, managed that for us. Also, as many of you know, Wilson Plaza, UCLA was the site of ESPN College Game Day. This popular weekly football show travels from site to site during the football season, and they chose to come to UCLA on October 23rd. Our office worked in very close partnership with UCLA Athletics and ESPN to make sure that all facility needs and security needs were taken care of at the venue. Our manager, Mitch Mangoba, worked specifically on that. Great job, Mitch. And then that same weekend, which was a very busy one on campus, the very large scale event Bruin Family Weekend happened, formerly known as Parents Weekend. We work closely with strategic communications events on this, providing all the logistical support and event rentals. Daniel Bowers was our manager on that. This year, the event featured certain sustainable features, such as refillable water stations that tapped into existing water sources on campus rather than bringing in portable water coolers. As the school year starts and students come back to campus, we actually host less film shoots because availability is limited. But over the summer, we did have a full slate of film and commercial shoots that we worked on. Most significantly, the largest shoot we worked on was The Dropout. It's a Hulu miniseries. They were on campus for 2 different occasions, shooting multiple days each time. So if you happen to catch The Dropout, you'll probably see many UCLA images on the screen. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, in addition to these more visible outdoor events, the events office works tirelessly behind the scenes trying to schedule 190 general assignment classrooms for those 1,400 student organizations. Since beginning of August, when we started scheduling fall quarter meetings and activities, Stacy Tate and her scheduling office has scheduled over 800 different activities and registered all of them into the EOL, the Events Online system. The screenshot here is a sample of what the Events Online dashboard looks like. Thanks, Stacy, very much to you and all of your schedulers. So the events office are the utmost professionals, and oh man, that is not the right picture for the professionalism. Oh, what did I do? Oh, there you go, perfect. Lastly, I just want to thank all of our events and transportation colleagues, from the people that made our move to the Strathmore Suite 106 possible, to the accounts payable and all the finance people and all the IT people. We definitely couldn't do all the things we do without this team that we're part of. So thank you very much to all our events and transportation colleagues from the events office. That concludes my presentation and also all the interdepartmental presentations. So we'll move into questions and answers for the group.
Just a reminder, if people wanted to ask questions, they can go to the Q&A section on the webinar at the bottom of the screen.
Yep, so there was one question earlier that got answered. I don't see anything else here. So I guess we already answered everyone's questions during the presentation.
In that case, I just would like again to thank you all for all the work you do every day to make UCLA a better place. Have a great Thanksgiving and a happy holiday season. And while we'll see you all at the holiday party, I hope our next all-staff meeting will be in about 3 months. So we'll see you then. Thank you. Have a great day.